Hi, I'm Fred Rigby. I run an interior and furniture design studio called Fred Rigby Studio. We're based in Hackney in London, and we create bespoke pieces, interiors from retail to domestic, as well as our own furniture collections. Growing up in Dorset and around nature, and with our pieces, I love the concept of connecting it back to nature. Like, after all, they're made from natural materials on the whole. With, for example, our tables, they're carved and shaped like a pebble, so you've got this organic shape sat in your room. With our pieces, the curvaceous nature of a lot of them, you come into a room and you run your hand round the piece and you follow it, and it's just got a calming nature, whereas I find that with like a more rectangular table, it doesn't create a calming environment, I don't think. Because of the size of our studio and the amount we produce, we make sure that the raw materials at the beginning are quality. We're craftsmen, we want to make sure that what's being sent off is quality pieces. After years of experimentation and trial and error, we've managed to find a really good source of different materials. So we've got, on a first name basis, suppliers that we use all the time, and they know what we're looking for and what we'll reject. So over the years, we've built a really good relationship with them. Origin is all really depends on the materials, but all our suppliers are UK based, and we don't use exotic hardwoods, we use European oaks. Hopefully the designs work in harmony with the natural material, and we're only trying to make the natural materials look better and show what they're capable of and how they can look at their best. But I think whether it's coffee or furniture, a lot of these things have been completely normalized and people have been neutralized by it, because you can get things that just made. It makes people forget how the process behind all those things, like a table doesn't just exist. Someone's had to design it, someone's had to make it, someone's had to source all the materials, and it goes down the same with the coffee, I guess. Our day starts with the coffee, and it's quite, we always sit down, have a coffee in the morning, discuss what we're going to do that day, and it's just an integral part of the start of a day. And after lunch as well, we're always flat out, so it's that moment to sit down and we get to talk, we get to taste something delicious, and it's like, let's have a coffee and talk about it. Let's have a coffee and get a piece of paper and a pen and start sketching, and by the time you finish the coffee, you'll go off in your different ways and get on with the project. I guess, with the coffee we're always looking for something that's delicious, firstly, quality, someone that cares about it as much as we care about furniture. We always like to think that we're a thoughtful studio, which means that we think about something when we're designing it, where the materials come from, but we think all the way through to the packaging, like thinking about where our packaging comes from, and also what someone's going to do with the packaging when the piece arrives with them, and how that can be recycled, and the whole revolution of where materials come from. And I think the pieces that we're making are built to last, and there's longevity in them. So the sustainable cycle of our furniture is that we choose sustainable materials to work from, and we're making pieces that last. There's so much greenwashing at the moment, with companies saying they're sustainable, but they're not actually. They're saying it, and there's maybe one tiny part of their business that is sustainable, but then you look at the back of house and everything arrives in plastic, or there's just so many things to consider. But I think the best thing to consider is to be thoughtful about what you're doing.